Okay, hello guys, welcome to ZQL season 2. We are here for the first game week and game number 56. We have Gigi in seat 1, Vinoo in seat 2, and Arun in seat 3, and Sreeradh in seat 4. I hope all of you are aware with the rules. Okay, we see Gigi has joined us.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So best of luck everyone. May the best one win, and your directs start now. Okay, Gigi, your first direct for the first round. In August 1995, the latest release of the Windows OS saw the introduction of which now characteristic feature to aid search and navigation to apps for beginners. It has since become prime real estate for Microsoft to advertise its product line. You have 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm passing it.
Okay, Vinoo?
Pass.
Arun?
I'll pass.
Sreeradh?
Pass. Non-com.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Is it the bottom bar?
Close, but not exactly. It's an appropriate way to begin the quiz. This is the start menu.
Start menu.
Yeah. It was earlier called the program manager. All right. Gigi, your next direct. The main villain in season 4 of Stranger Things is dubbed Vecna, whose name is a tribute to the author Jack Vance. His collection of stories, The Dying Earth, is said to have inspired a creation first published by the Hasbro subsidiary Tactical Studies Rules in 1974. What creation that has in turn been a major influence on Stranger Things?
Pass.
Okay, you know?
Dungeons and Dragons.
That is correct. So the game Dungeons and Dragons is a big part of Stranger Things. Well done. They even released a special edition for Stranger Things. All right. Vinoo, your directs now. The Copley Medal is an award given by the Royal Society for outstanding achievements in research in any branch of science. French-Australian scientist Jacques Miller received the 2001 Copley Medal for demonstrating that an organ, which is previously believed to have been vestigial, had an important role in the immune system. Which organ, located in front of the heart and possibly named after its resemblance to an herb?
Thymus.
Yeah, well done. Because of its resemblance to thyme. Next one for you. In this 1819 poem, John Keats evokes the timeless appeal of the song of which titular bird, as the voice I hear this passing night was heard in ancient days by emperor and clown, perhaps the self-same song that found a path through the sad heart of Ruth when sick for home. She stood in tears amid the alien corn. The bird's distinct melodious song has inspired musings on life and death across many ages.
Skylark.
Not the skylark. Passes to Arun.
I'll pass.
Sreeradh.
Nightingale.
This is John Keats' Ode to a Nightingale. Well done. And we move to Arun for his debates. With 36 instances, which trendy publication is the most mentioned brand on Sex and the City? Carrie admits choosing to buy it over dinner on some occasions because she just can't do without it. As the show progresses, we also see Carrie working for this publication as a freelancer.
Cosmopolitan.
Not Cosmopolitan. Gigi?
Pass.
Sreeradh?
Vogue.
Vogue is right, trendy in a literal sense. Okay, next one to Arun. The Laureus World Sports Award for Breakthrough of the Year rewards achievements of individuals or teams who have made a breakthrough performance in the world of sports. Which British swimmer was honored with this award in 2009? She won 2 gold medals at the 2008 Beijing Olympics in the 400-meter freestyle and the 800-meter freestyle, breaking the 19-year-old world record of Janet Evans in the 800-meter final.
Pass.
Okay, quick pass to Gigi.
Pass.
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 Sreeradh.
Pass.
Okay. Hard luck there. This is Rebecca Adlington. And we move to Sreeradh's directs now. What cultural activity is known to have been started by the Buddhist monk Aikyu after he returned from a trip to China and met Emperor Saga in 815 CE? In the late 16th century, daimyo Toyotomi Hideyoshi famously built a portable gilded chashitsu for practicing it.
Scroll down. Yeah. A tea ceremony.
Yeah, this is the Japanese tea ceremony. Well done. Next direct for you. What term refers to the phenomenon of government imposed restrictions trapping love interests at home and preventing physical meetings? It rhymes with a slang term for obstruction of possible sexual activity. Ten more seconds.
Cock block.
Prompt.
Oh.
I'll have to pass you now.
Pass, yeah.
Okay. Gigi.
Pass.
Arun.
Pass.
Vinoo.
Lock block or lockdown block.
Yeah, lock block is what we were looking for.
Oh.
So lockdown plus lock block giving you lock block. All right. Gigi, your directs for round 2 begin now. In this 1820 poem, P.B. Shelley compares which titular bird to a maiden in a high tower, like a high-born maiden in a palace tower, soothing her love-laden soul in secret hour, with music sweet as love, which overflows her bar. It is known for its long-lasting song, delivered while soaring to heights of up to 100 meters.
Maybe Skylark.
Sorry?
Skylark.
Yeah, this is the skylark. Well done. Next one for you. What entity from the world of flora, a sacred symbol in Indic traditions, is symbolized by this classical dance mudra or hand gesture? It is also used to denote growth and fertility.
Okay, is it henna?
Not that. Arun?
Lotus.
Lotus is right. It looks like a lotus. It's called the Padma Hasta Mudra. Vinoo, your directs now. The first race of the 2022 MotoGP World Championship was hosted by which city? It took place on a circuit that witnessed the first ever night race in MotoGP's history in 2008. In December 2022, a sporting event will culminate at a venue which is located barely 10 kilometers away from the circuit.
Melbourne.
Melbourne, Gigi,
Pass.
Arun,
Dubai.
Sreeradh.
Doha.
Doha was the closest, but not the capital hosting the final. This is the Lusail International Circuit. So the Lusail Stadium will be hosting the FIFA World Cup final. Hard luck. Next direct for Vinoo. Which ocean current originating due to the west wind drift flows northward along the Atlantic coast of Patagonia as far north as the mouth of the Rio de la Plata? It is named after an archipelago which is encircled in the region that includes islands like Weddell, Saunders, and Bleeckers Island.
Tierra del Fuego.
No. Passing to Gigi.
Pass.
Passes to
Pass.
Arun.
Could you
Sreeradh?
show the
Yeah.
picture? Yeah, pass.
Okay. This is the Falklands current or the Malvinas current. Alright.
But you said it's encircled there. But
Yeah, the encircled one.
that's not Falklands. But anyway.
That's not Falkland. Falkland is an island, right?
Yeah, so this is an island. The green part is the ocean.
It doesn't look like Falklands, but anyway.
Okay, Arun, your directs now. British astrophysicist Jocelyn Bell Burnell was awarded the 2021 Copley Medal for a role in the discovery of the first radio pulsars in 1967. The power and regularity of these signals were briefly thought to resemble an extraterrestrial beacon, leading the source to be nicknamed blank blank blank, which is 6,5,3. What nickname? Ten seconds.
Pass.
Okay, passes to Gigi.
Is it a little green man?
That is
Oh.
right. Little Green Men, the stereotypical depiction of aliens. Next one to Arun. This 2013 Emmy Award-winning documentary film by Jehan Nujain covers the 2011 protests that led to the resignation of a military dictator and the ousting of the next head of state. These protests were centered around which quadrilateral in an African capital, which you can see in the visual. It took on its current name, meaning liberation, after a 1952 revolution that transformed the country from a constitutional monarchy to a republic.
Tahrir Square.
Yeah, that is right. The Reed Square in Cairo.
Just give me a second. Just
Sure.
give me a second.
Okay, moving on to Sreeradh's directs. For which 1990s film did this Israeli-American virtuoso, left in the visual, play the central piece, which is 10th on Classic FM's 2022 Hall of Fame list? As per a popular story, when its director showed John Williams the uncut version of the film, John said, "You need a better composer than I am to do this film." To which the director replied, "I know, but they're all dead."
Schindler's List.
Yep, that's right. So this is Itzhak Perlman playing the violin for Schindler's List. And the last direct for this round. In 1934, Frederick and Irene Joliot-Curie discovered induced radioactivity by creating radioactive isotopes of phosphorus from aluminium. They performed this by bombarding an aluminium foil with what type of particles that consists of 2 protons and 2 neutrons bound together, identical to a helium-4 nucleus. Ten more seconds.
Neutrinos.
Not neutrinos. Passing to Gigi.
Is it alpha particle?
Yep, alpha particles is what we're looking for. And we move to round 3. Before that, the scores are pretty close. Sreeradh on 4, Vinoo on 3, Gigi on 3, and Arun on 2. Direct to Gigi again. In Sex and the City, Samantha gets a billboard up on Times Square of a boyfriend, all naked save for this bottle of alcohol, with a tagline that reads blank 7 letters hunk. Following this, the brand used similar billboards at Times Square with inspired taglines. Which unadulterated perfect alcohol brand is this? 10 seconds.
Is it Diageo?
Not Diageo. Vinoo?
Absolute.
Absolutely correct. Yes. Okay. Next one to Gigi. The 2011 Copley Medal went to British geophysicist Dan Mackenzie for his pioneering papers on plate tectonics of a sphere. He cited the Blank Institution of Oceanography, or SIO, in San Diego as a formative influence in this regards. What name, 7 letters, that creates buzz around annually through an event in Washington, D.C. during the week following the Memorial Day weekend?
Pass.
Okay, passes to Arun.
Scripts.
Very well answered. It
Spelling
is
bee, right?
Scripps. Yeah, spelling being be the reference.
I thought I will forget the name. Killing myself.
You were right. Okay. Vinoo, your direction now. What Japanese aesthetic worldview that appreciates the beauty in imperfection, impermanence, and incompletion influenced the shift from lavishness to simplicity in Japanese tea ceremonies around the 16th century?
Kintsugi.
Oh, Gigi.
Pass.
Arun.
Ikigai.
Oh, Sreeradh.
Pass.
Okay, Kintsugi and Ikigai are two of our most popular guesses, but the answer is Wabi Sabi. All right. Next one to Vinoo. In the Marvel comics, this mutant is born sickly and feverish, leading her to be named after an infamous American cook. A traumatic childhood later unleashes another persona, that of a violent and merciless assassin who is named after a lady whose reflection looms large over Western folklore. Name any one of these two split personas.
White Mary.
Yeah, Typhoid Mary is right. Any guesses for the other name?
Lady of Shalott. No, the
No, this is Bloody Mary.
Wicked Witch.
Bloody Mary. Yes.
Okay, Arun, your directs now. Which ocean current, originating from the North Equatorial Current, flows past the archipelago that separates the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean? It is named after the archipelago, which includes Cuba, Hispaniola, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, as well as some of the Leeward Islands and Windward Islands. Ten seconds.
Florida current.
No, Gigi,
Pass.
Sreeradh,
Bahamas.
not the Bahamas. You know?
Pass.
Okay. This is the Antilles. So it's the Antilles current or the Antigua current. Okay, Arun, your direct. In 1932, Frederick and Irene Joliot-Curie conducted experiments with a Wilson cloud chamber and a polonium source, where they observed tiny particles which they believed to be protons behaving strangely. What antiparticle was discovered when Carl David Anderson repeated their experiment later that year? Its iron trail curvature matched the mass to charge ratio of an electron, but swung in the opposite direction.
Positron.
Yeah, it is the positron or the anti-electron. Sreeradh, your directs now. In 1990, who founded Bombay Dost, India's first registered LGBT publication? An activist and journalist, he also co-founded Debonair in 1971. In 1995, he caused a controversy with his comments on Nikki Tonight, which led to the show's cancellation. 10 seconds.
Sing.
Sorry?
Sing.
Okay, not sing. Good attempt. Gigi?
Chavi. Chavi.
Sorry?
Chavi. Chavi.
Vinoo?
Ashok.
Ashok Rao Kavi.
I think the surname was wrong, so I'll have to give points to Vinoo. Yes, Ashok Rao Kavi is right. Yeah. Okay. Direct to Sreeradh now. In September 1995, following pressure from computer manufacturers to avoid a repeat of the VHS or Betamax tussle, Philips and Sony joined hands to form an organization with Disney, NBC, and 6 other companies. Which standard hardware did this organization give rise to, whose popularity has now dwindled since its glory days?
CD.
Gigi?
Is it? No, passing.
Okay, Vinoo?
DVD.
Yeah. DVD is what specifically we were looking for. So the CD had existed for long. This is the DVD consortium. All right. Round 4 begins with Gigi's directs again. Which French former world number 1 tennis player was the recipient of the 2007 Laureus World Sports Award for Breakthrough of the Year? She won 2 major singles titles at the 2006 Australian Open and Wimbledon and went on to coach Andy Murray after her retirement.
Amelia Mauresmo.
Yeah, Amelie Mauresmo is correct. Next one. Francis Reed and Deborah Hoffman's 2000 Sundance Award-winning documentary examines South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the country's unprecedented effort to heal its collective wounds. What is the 5-word title of this film that interchanges the position of 2 words in the title of Eugene O'Neill's autobiographical play, which you can see in the visual, to reflect a hopeful future?
Pass.
Okay. Arun?
I'll also pass.
Sreeradh?
Pass.
Long night into the day.
And give you points for that. It's called Long Night's Journey into Day. So Long Day's Journey into Night was the actual book by Eugene. Vinoo, your directs now. What action is symbolized by this classical dance mudra or hand gesture? Incidentally, this is similar to the ASL sign for love.
Is it possible to zoom in?
Yeah, sure.
Rocking a baby.
Not that. Gigi?
Pass.
Arun?
The hug.
Yeah, a hug or an embrace is right. Next direct to Vinoo. In 1948, Frederick and Irene Joliot-Curie, in the leadership capacity at the CEA, created a device named ZOE, Zero Energy Oxide et au Lude, within Fort de Chatillon near Paris. What type of device was this? France now operates 56 of them, far higher than any of its neighbors.
Nuclear power plants.
Yeah, that's right, nuclear reactors. Okay, moving on to Arun's directs now. The theme song of which 1969 movie, 68th on Classic FM's 2022 Hall of Fame list, was the last instance where the convention of naming the theme after the movie was violated in a particular movie series. John Barry found it difficult to compose a theme song containing the longest movie title and instead created an entirely instrumental opening theme. Ten seconds.
In Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Sorry?
In Her Majesty's Secret Service.
And I'll give points to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Her
That's in the
Majesty's
Bond
Secret
movie.
Service.
On
Yeah,
Her
yeah,
Majesty. Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Correct.
That's right. Okay, next one to you. In the Marvel Comics, Garabeth Bashir has the mutant ability to actively receive and store all forms of electronic data and transmissions in his mind, which lead to Professor X calling him a universal backup for humanity's data in the event of apocalypse. What alliterative name, based on an object miscolored in popular consciousness, is Garabeth known by?
Black box.
Yeah, black boxes, right? It's actually orange in color. Okay, Sreeradh, your directs now. Which town or circuit will be hosting the Malaysian MotoGP 2022? One of the reasons behind the choice of this circuit for both MotoGP and F1 has been its proximity to the Kuala Lumpur International Airport.
Sepang.
Yeah, this is the Sepang International Circuit. Well done. Next one for you. Dutch-British physicist Andre Geim was selected for the 2013 Copley Medal for his numerous scientific contributions, which also included a synthetic adhesive material named gecko tape. It was tested by attaching a sample to the hand of a 15 centimeter tall figurine, which enabled the figurine to stick to a ceiling. What appropriate figurine was this?
Spider-Man.
Well worked out. It is Spider-Man. So if you see, this is how it looked like. Okay. And at the halfway stage, we have Vinoo on 8, followed by Arun on 7, Sreeradh on 6, and Gigi on 4. Directs to Gigi again for round 5. What term refers to the simple flower arrangement with blossoms leaning toward guests used to decorate tea ceremony rooms? Alternately, identify the general style of Japanese flower arranging, which has its roots in floral offerings made at altars that gave rise to this practice.
Big Burma.
I'll need a. Can you repeat, please?
Big Bami. Big Burma. Big
Yeah,
Bami.
Ikebana is right. This specific design is called Chabana. Okay. Next one for you. In the Marvel Comics, what name does a mutant girl called D take on after she manifests her power of being able to detach her appendages on account of being made of pure energy? Ten seconds.
Is it Octopus?
Not octopus. Sreeradh,
Pass.
Arun,
Also pass.
Vinoo.
Pass.
On
Right. Yeah, sure.
Is it handicap or detach or disable?
Okay, no. So it's a name borrowed from a woman from classical antiquity.
Oh.
So she's called Venus de Milo.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Next question to Vinoo now. In 2021, who became the first openly gay Indian actor to win a National Film Award? He won the jury special award for his role in the Assamese film Jonaki Porwa or Fireflies.
Pass.
Gigi,
Pass.
Sreeradh,
Pass.
Arun.
Pass.
Okay, playing hard this one. This is Benjamin Daimari. Okay, next one to Vinoo. Which quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFL was bestowed with the 2021 Laureus World Sports Award for Breakthrough of the Year? He led his team to a Super Bowl victory in the 1920 playoffs in their first Super Bowl in 50 years and was rewarded with the second largest known contract in sporting history following this?
Mahomes.
Yeah, this is Patrick Mahomes. Arun, your directs now. In season 4 of Stranger Things, various portals to what is called the Upside Down open up. One of these portals opens up at Lover's Lake, at which point Dustin aptly dubs it blank, which is 9 letters. What apt name is this that represents a break-in development from the 1970s?
Star Wars.
No, Gigi.
Pass.
Sreeradh.
Watergate.
Watergate is correct. Yes, it's literally a gate in the water. Well done. Okay. Direct to Arun again. The Bugatti circuit in which city hosted the French MotoGP 2022? It is part of a circuit that is known for an endurance race and also hosts the motorbike version of the same.
Le Mans.
Yeah, that is right. Okay, Sreeradh, your directs. What celestial shape is symbolized by this classical dance mudra or hand gesture? A flowing motion made with this mudra is used to depict the Ganga as it seems to emanate from the same symbol on top of Lord Shiva's head.
Crescent moon.
Yeah, crescent moon is exactly what we're looking for. So you can see it's there on his head. Well done. And the last question for this round. Which ocean current originating near Newfoundland flows in a southeastward direction until it crosses the mid-Atlantic ridge and splits into 3? It is named after an archipelago which is encircled along the way that includes islands like Sao Miguel, Flores, and Terceira.
Azores.
Yeah, the Azores is right. Nicely done. And we move to Gigi's directs for round number 6. The end song, Now We Are Free, from which 2000 movie, 37th on Classic FM's 2022 Hall of Fame list, isn't sung in a real language, at least not yet, but a special language that the singer and co-composer Lisa Gerrard has used since childhood when she speaks to God. You can see the lyrics on the right. Ten seconds.
Is it Avatar?
No, Arun.
Pass.
Sreeradh.
Pass.
Vinoo.
Pass.
All right. So this is Gladiator. This is the song that plays in the end when he's in the Elysian fields. Gigi, your next one. The Red Bull Ring in which city will be the host for the Austrian MotoGP 2022? Appropriately meaning play or game mountain, the city's name is more familiar to us as the name of a legendary American film director. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Okay. Arun?
Spielberg.
Yeah, Spielberg is right. So it literally means play and mountain. Okay, next direct to Vinoo. Democrats is a 2015 Tribeca winning documentary by Camelia Nielsen in English and Shona. It chronicles the efforts of two bureaucrats with opposing affiliations who are forced to work together to draft the new constitution of which country after a rigged 2008 election. The international scrutiny that followed compelled its autocratic head of state to share power with his rival Morgan Tsvangirai.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, that's right. Next one for you. In season 4 of Stranger Things, the character played by Caleb McLaughlin wanted to pay tribute to one of his sporting heroes, both with his jersey number and with a basketball sequence that involved him scoring a last second game winner. Who was Caleb paying tribute to?
Larry Bird.
No? Gigi?
Pass.
Sreeradh?
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, it is Kobe Bryant. It is the actor paying tribute, not the show. Okay, we move to Arun's directs now. What term refers to a dating practice which involves pretending to care about COVID-19 prevention measures to impress a potential partner? It is phonetically the same as a word meaning false show or pretense or disguise. Ten seconds.
Facade, FACAD or something.
No. Gigi?
Pass.
Sreeradh?
Pass.
Vinoo?
Pass.
Okay.
Is it just masking?
Not
With front-
masking, but
front-
this is masquerade.
Close.
Alright. Arun's next direct. In 1999, India's first Pride March was organized in which city? Called Friendship Walk at the time, its 15 participants started from Park Circus and marched until George Bhavan.
Kolkata.
Yeah, Kolkata is right. Okay, Sreeradh, your direct now. In an episode of Sex and the City, Carrie talks about which brand, 9 letters, when she says, I used to think people who sat alone at blank writing on their laptops were pretentious posers. Now I know there are people who recently moved in with someone.
Starbucks.
That's correct. And the last one. In this 1851 poem, Alfred Lord Tennyson describes which titular bird as he clasps the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands, ringed with his azure world, he stands. The high-flying bird's use is believed to be an allegory of the Catholic belief at odds with the rules of the English government at the time.
Dove.
Not the dove, Gigi.
Eagle.
Sorry.
Eagle.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to.
Eagle. Eagle.
I don't think so. Vinoo?
Pass.
Arun?
Also pass.
Gigi, I'm still not able to understand what you said. Can you
He
repeat?
said eagle.
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 Eagle. Eagle.
Did he say eagle?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, eagle is correct actually. I'm sorry. I was not able to hear.
Okay.
Okay. Gigi, your next direct for round 7 now. Which ocean current originating from the North Atlantic current flows southwest as far as Senegal, where it turns west and joins the North Equatorial current? It is named after an archipelago which is encircled that partially blocks its flow and includes the islands of Fuerteventura, Lanzarote, and La Palma. Ten seconds.
Canaries.
Yeah, it's the Canary current. And next direct to you. Which person, one of the experts in the fight against COVID-19, lends his name to a dating practice which involves cutting someone off for not taking social distancing measures seriously enough? Ten seconds.
Okay. Pass.
Okay, passes to Vinoo.
Fauci.
Yeah, that's right. This is called Fauciing. Direct to Vinoo. To evoke a dusty small town feel, Elmer Bernstein recreated a child's music box through a small orchestra for the classical theme of which 1962 movie, 48th on Classic FM's 2022 Hall of Fame list. This theme plays in the opening sequence of the movie that shows various objects such as a pocket watch, harmonica, pearl necklace, whistle, and marbles. Ten seconds.
High Noon.
Not High Noon. Gigi?
Mary Poppins.
No. Arun?
Sound of Music.
No. Sreeradh?
Pass.
Sing? Okay. This is the iconic opening sequence of To Kill a Mockingbird. All right. Moving on, Vinoo's last direct for this round. In April 1995, Electronics Classified Incorporated went live with their first product in a category which the founder, having had his fair share of heartbreak offline, dubbed sexier compared to real estate, cars, or jobs. Which website is this that set the internet on fire soon after launch?
Hotmail.
Not Hotmail. Gigi?
Pass.
Sreeradh?
Craigslist.
No. Arun?
I'll pass. More time.
So he went on to create a dating website, the largest of its kind, Match.com.
I start.
Okay, Arun, your directs now. What ritual object associated with war and worship in Indic traditions is symbolized by this classical dance mudra or hand gesture?
Is it a conch? Like it's used to.
Yeah.
play the-
Conch shell is correct. Or it's called the Shankha Hasta Mudra. Next one. In this 1807 poem, William Wordsworth addresses which titular bird as thrice welcome, darling of the spring. Even yet thou art to me no bird, but an invisible thing, a voice, a mystery. Its echoing song, according to Wordsworth, transforms the world into the unsubstantial fairy place of its childhood.
Cuckoo.
Yeah, the cuckoo is correct.
Just went with echo.
Oh, nice. Going to Sreeradh's directs. The inaugural winner of the Laureus World Sports Award for Breakthrough of the Year in 2000 was a Spanish golfer who became a household name following his duel against Tiger Woods in the 1999 PGA Championship, where he eventually finished second, losing by 1 stroke. Who?
Garcia.
Yeah, this is Sergio Garcia. Well done. Next for you. The entirety of season 4 of Stranger Things, which features several teenagers tormented by their dreams, is believed to have been influenced by a mid 1980s film. Which film is this? This association is driven home further with a cameo by this actor. Ten seconds.
Silence of the Lambs.
No. Passing to Gigi.
Pass.
Vinoo?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's right. This is Robert Englund who played Freddy Krueger in the original film. Nightmare on Elm Street. Well done. Direct to Gigi again, and for the last round, the scores are pretty tight with 3 teams on 12 and Gigi on 7. Gigi, you're direct. In 1997, 2 separate helplines were set up for the first time for LGBTQ Indians. Sangini for lesbian, bisexual, and transgender women, and similarly, another helpline for queer men to share their secrets. Meaning confidante in Urdu, what is the name of this helpline? Also a 2002 Amisha Patel movie.
Pass.
Okay, passes to Arun.
Pass.
Sreeradh,
Pass.
Vinoo.
Amras.
Well worked out. This is
Wow.
Hamraz. Yes. Nicely done. Next direct to Gigi. In 1932, Frederick and Irene Joliot-Curie knocked protons from paraffin wax using a polonium source and beryllium target, and erroneously attributed this to be due to gamma radiation. This formed the basis for James Chadwick's discovery of what subatomic particle using a similar setup. The new uncharged particles had about the same mass as the proton. Ten seconds.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is it a neutron?
Yeah, neutron is right. Well done. Vinoo's last 2 directs for today. In an episode of Sex and the City titled The Blank Blank 4,2 Always Sticks Twice, Carrie gets broken up by a what entity 4,2 bearing the words, "I'm sorry, I can't, don't hate me." It was left behind by her lover Jack Berger, who bails in the night.
Post-it.
Yeah, that's it. Post-it note. So it looks like this. Okay, next one for you. What term refers to the rude habit of looking at oneself during video call dates rather than at one state? It involves the addition of one letter to the title of a 2001 Hollywood film with a narcissistic protagonist. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Okay, passing to
Pass.
Gigi. Arun,
Pass.
Sreeradh.
Pass.
Okay, so this movie starred Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
It's Zoom something.
Yeah, Zoomlander.
Zoomlander.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, directs to Arun now. What term refers to the recessed space or the alcove in a Japanese-style reception room in which items for artistic appreciation are displayed? During tea ceremonies, it is traditional to display a hanging calligraphy scroll and a chabana flower arrangement.
I'll pass.
Okay, Gigi,
Pass.
Sreeradh,
Pass.
Vinoo.
Pass.
All right, going unanswered. This is Tokonoma. Next one to Arun. On 22nd November 1995, the world got the first public glimpse of the work done by the Render Man and MENV, which is the modeling environment software. What creative output was this? Shot completely on location in cyberspace, according to the team behind it. Ten seconds.
So the Michael Jackson black or white video.
No, Gigi.
Pass.
Sreeradh?
The weird videos that would come up on Microsoft, when you
No?
play songs, Microsoft Video Player.
Vinoo?
Terminator 2, T2.
Not really. But this is the first animated movie completely made using computers.
And surprise.
Toy Story.
Toy Story. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, Sreeradh, last two directs for today. Pray the Devil Back to Hell is a 2008 Tribeca Award-winning film by Ginny Retica. It documents a peace movement by women organized by social worker Lima Bowie. What started with prayers and singing in a fish market culminated in a historic presidential election in 2006. Who awarded the Nobel Prize with Lema won the election?
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Yeah, that's right. Superbly done. And from Liberia. And I guess everything boils down to the last question of the quiz. In the Marvel Comics, Ashley Crawford has the mutant ability to control the distribution of a body's adipose tissue. She uses it to become a supermodel before assuming a larger role in the Great Lakes Avengers. What alliterative name, originally associated with a marine canoe built by the firm Krupp AG, does she change to?
Big Bertha.
Well done. That is correct. So we have a tie at the top with Vinoo and Sreeradh both on 14. Arun on 12. I think Arun will get a split of the win as well, I think. But we'll let you know. Thanks for playing, guys. Well done.
Thanks for reading.
Thanks for
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Well done, everyone. Bye.